Were you aware that the life and music career of Lil Baby have come to an end? According to the chief of the gang unit for the BD Council of Georgia, his office is preparing to fight a potential recall of Fort PF. One investigator even wrote, "The investigator is on the stand after the court announcement, as we are." Scholars claim that Atlanta is getting ready to file a Fort PF RICO. Someone mentioned that Lil Baby had tickets on some people's heads, which means Lil Baby placed money on people to have them dealt with in a manner similar to allegations against Lil Durk, stated the statement.
So there's this journalist, he's out of Atlanta, well-reputed journalist, his name is George Chief. Like, he was the person who was very accurate on predicting that YSL was going to get indicted in the RICO. He's an Atlanta journalist, certified, he's really good. He's came out and he said that the Atlanta Public Defenders Council, like the office, they're basically their specialized unit for Georgia's Public Defender's Office, the unit that specializes on gang cases, says the office is actively preparing for a racketeering indictment on the 4PF and OMF case. Now I don't know what OMF is, and that he expects Lil Baby to be indicted.
As soon as this was confirmed in court, it would be made public, similar to Lil Durk's hand for hire. The wiretap that alleges Atlanta musician Lil Baby put money on people's heads is played in court by gang investigator Marissa. Marissa claims that Dominique Jones, whose real name is Lil Baby, put money on people's heads.
Like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying?
They ain't even like that, man. They got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unk, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unk.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders.
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by what do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Harm. Or
And who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
they were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
DJ Academics would go on to describe that Young Thug even went so far as to tweet, "Biggest liar in the DA office," exposing Marissa's appearance and accusing her of lying. Marissa's attempt to keep Lil Baby in.
So there's someone named Marissa Viverito. This person was a undercover cop. Now, what she testified to and spoke to, it's related to the Lil Baby 4PF. So 4PF are beefing with these guys called OMF, which is part of this like bigger like gang called like Goodfellas. And those guys, some of them got indicted federally. Remember when Lil Baby shot the music video in that hood? These guys, they shot the music video that Lil Baby was at. Allegedly, some 4PF dudes went to go to retaliate, and then they came back to spin back on Lil Baby, or not Lil Baby, let's just say 4PF. The investigator that was supposed to be undercover is someone named Marissa Viverito. She testified to a few things. Yo, these OMF dudes are beefing with 4PF. We got wiretaps, so this is how you know an indictment definitely is coming.
First Young Thug, now Lil Baby being played by that Atlanta dad. Snoop Dogg would later declare after noticing this, "Rappers, be careful. The news will then reveal a big development." Quoting, Lil Baby looked very suspicious when the police asked him why he had shuttered 4PF after the incident when he was taken to the county jail to be questioned about the deaths of Jackie Davis and Lamont Freeman. He would close 4PF and give a Lil Baby if two people died at a 4PF music video. He claimed that he did this to keep his record label from being known as a street squad.
First 4 Pockets Full had to come to an end. You know what I'm saying?
When you say of course, I mean, why you say of course?
Because all shit that be going on. And I had to start learning that, like, other people's actions I could be held accountable for.
Right.
I ain't know all that at first. You know what I'm saying? I never would have went that route, but I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Now that I know, I'd be a fool to just keep the same thing going. They trying to make something out of something that it ain't.
Right.
Like, if I got any kind of control of, hey, we're gonna switch that whole thing up. It ain't even just about the police, it's just period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never was supposed to make my label something that I talk about.
DJ Academic was quoted in this widely posted tweet, which proceeded to spread. If Lil Baby does get reseated, his career is just dead, bro. His music is already hanging on by a thread.
Man, you better listen. I don't know if Young Thug's still just on a vacation. Tell him you need him. You need him for a verse, a song. You probably need him to pop out his rap loud for you because it would have made it all better. You need this. Okay, please. Yo, the crazy thing is Lil Baby confidently be previewing these. It's like, yo, they're hot. Yo, chat, I feel like the Monstars hopped out of one of them New Jersey drones and grabbed Lil Baby and shook the talent out of him. I don't know what I'm hearing thus far, chat.
But with what happened next, it seems like Lil Baby's life is over. The Atlanta Police Department is calling out Lil Baby, alleging that his actions resulted in the deaths of the two youth last summer, the department said in a statement. The events were part of a gang battle that started with an incident, according to the news released on Wednesday, which also revealed that 7 arrests had been made in connection with the deaths of Jackety and Lemon Major Ralph. After Lil Baby suffered 3 injuries during the main music video shoot, the cops would say, "This team will work relentlessly to hold you accountable," in reference to the singer.
The investigation aspect of this, Lamont Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang violence ultimately took his life. Gang violence was orchestrated by adults in our city. And cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been. And in the subsequent days, we saw some and ultimately the deaths of 2 children as a result of his cowardly actions. And you know who you are. And I tell you that this team will work relentlessly to hold you and the persons that you are affiliated with responsible for those actions.
As this without being highlighted on the local newscast.
Atlanta police are blaming a local rapper's music video for the deaths of 2 teen-year-olds, and a $50,000 reward is being offered for more information. So far, 7 people have already been arrested.
Between the bullets, it was nothing but bullets, pop, 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 pop.
At least 25 shots fired.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was just a concert. I was waiting for Lil Baby to come buy my tacos.
The female character in the news segment is important. By stating on Facebook that Lil Baby was at the taco business 3 Cars D creating a music video, that same woman alerted the operations to Lil Baby's presence. But Lil Baby had previously recorded a music video outside her taco shop on an ops block.
We over here kicking it. We got Lil Baby shooting a video around here. You know how we do it at Slapping Taco. Baby, there he go. Y'all see him? He came to get him some tacos, baby. Y'all better pull up, cause you already know how we doing this Slapping Tacos, baby.
But the police say they didn't know Lil Baby was filming. Instead, they were alerted by her Facebook video and came with firearms to evacuate the area. The feds are blaming Lil Baby, which is terrifying. Since Young Thug was not arrested, the Atlanta DA will now target Lil Baby and use him as an example for the other rappers who are rewarding their gangs with fame, cash, and other items for street crimes. But this isn't discussed nearly enough because it was exposed by a close 4PF whistleblower just after Lil Baby's Wham album came out. Lil Baby's latest album, Wham, was published in a rush due to legal concerns. Its closing of 4PF was the first sign that the feds had already warned the public about Lil Baby's involvement in crimes in Atlanta.
An in-depth investigation. Recent months, you've had 2 high-profile racketeering cases. There's going to be more.
Over the next 60 days, you'll see 2 more.
It was revealed that Lil Baby had been arrested on Monday night for carrying a concealed firearm without a permit, 1 week after DJ Academics revealed the trap Atlanta DA Fannie Willis was setting on rappers. He was placed on $5,000 bond and brought to the Clark County Correctional Center.
I need 20 bands, call the number for me. Hey, security, the black guy, call the number for me. Locking me up for a gun, but I got license. Security, I need 200 bands a year. I swear to God, security. Security, I need 200 bands a year. You don't make 200 bands here. Hey, lady, my check leave at 19. Nah, check me good. I gotta my nuts. Check me good. You on the count? I gotta my nuts. Check me good. I gotta. y'all let me that caution.
But let me tell you, it really goes far beyond this. Scholars revealed that 4PF was on the same RICO papers as VLSL just 8 months after that arrest, when they displayed the official file online.
I've heard two of them. Like, I've heard the two of them. They're like, yo, these are going first, then these are going first. I've heard of them. And I don't know if I should say it. Again, I got nothing to do with no investigation for nothing, whatever. But these are top rappers. Well, one's a top rapper. The other one, matter of fact, I'll do the segment without saying the name. I'll just say this. I believe you know who the obvious name is. They're in Atlanta. They go by three letters. They've been popping. One of the top, I would say, 3 rappers in the game.
But he would reveal everything else, including the fact that Lil Baby's recent arrests are an indication that a major RICO prosecution is about to occur, given the ongoing VLSL case implicating academics.
I'm going to tell you some things that you're going to have to take my word or don't believe it. It's fine. I don't care either or. When Fonnie Willis started targeting YSL, Fonnie Willis had a bunch of people to target. She wanted Thug. She got YFN. So she got YSL, YFN. Eventually, they were going to get to 4PF. That's one of the reasons they changed their names, by the way. Except, from what I heard, the feds told them, it's okay, we got it. So the feds told him, like, it's okay if you dismiss the charge. So they didn't go that hard with trying to get Dirk, especially after Von died. They dropped that case. They dropped it, but the feds has realized we won't get Dirk eventually. Doing the math? You see why Lil Baby is moving the way he's been? Because Lil Baby hasn't been on Fed watch. He's been on county, state watch.
Given that the Atlanta Days attempt to target Young Thug failed, it is likely that Lil Baby will be the next to be targeted, as it was even verified. Online users now have access to the official video of Lil Baby's arrest for illegal window tinting.
Huh? Man, you know why I pull you open up these windows? They tinted. You can't see nothing out.
I'm a celebrity, man. Nobody can't see me. Give me my ticket. Let me ride.
I don't know what celebrity you are.
I'm not taking my ticket. Let me ride. I can't have nobody seeing me right here. I'm gonna let my window up.
Oh yeah, you good, but you can't have that tinted window, man.
Alright, give me the ticket. Have a good day, man.
Now, who are you? You say you
My name Lil Baby.
Okay, I just need you to sign right here, okay?
You got a pen? 3207. You don't be want to have you gotta have tents in that level. G4 crazy. I take a ticket, then somebody follow me home.
Put a 32.
Huh?
You put a 32. If you got a medical exception, you can get that thing.
Lil Baby was given a ticket for his window tint at the end of the video. He would continue to drive along the same street, but his name was added to the official police database due to the ticket. Once his identity was identified, an officer further down the street would pull Lil Baby over again, but this time for an undisclosed cause. He was brought into custody, essentially as a warning from the. Lil Baby would need to be bailed out that night, so you're on our radar, feds. As with all of the earlier arrests, Lil Baby believes that a best friend has betrayed him and is singling him out. Because of this, they both started defaming Ghana on Twitter as soon as Young Thug was released from jail. Wow, let's drop one on these rats. We should, said Lil Baby, who has been adamant about demeaning Ghana in response to being nicknamed Wham. A day later, Thug would tweet again, saying, quote, "Ganona, stop acting like we're friends on the internet. I don't know you," drawing his brothers and Ganona's attention, who, I'd want to conclude, trust and believe the feeling is mutual. Thug would, however, contact Ty later that night and say in the video that he was home and that he had left the right way.
Hey man, what you gotta tell these people?
Back, Jack.
You feel me?
You did.
Hey man, ain't no cap in it.
No cap in my right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right way.
It's time.
Right way, bro.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, that way. And go tell that.
However, researchers would demonstrate that the Fed is constantly ahead of the curve. They offered Thug a plea bargain to get out of jail since they had already anticipated all of this. A professor who spoke about Thug's release asserts that the terms are a court maneuver, putting young Thug back in jail and saying that it's a ruse to get Thug to fail and get 20 years. But they also know that Lil Baby would back him, so the Atlanta DA can trap both Lil Baby and young Thug simultaneously, which is obviously working at the moment.
I know some of his fans think he beat the case. He definitely didn't beat the case. Beat the case means you got no stipulations. The Young Thug thing is a win, but it's also a huge setup. If you gonna tell me that they're gonna monitor him on a probationary basis for 15 years, can't be in Atlanta, can't communicate with co-defendants or members, he can't rap about, he can't promote any music that has to do with what they believe is activity. But he's always gonna talk about him and is doing his thing. They might consider that activity. You might be like, yo, me, it's like, yo, we going to the park getting lit. We going to the club getting lit. They might be like, oh no, you talking about it. So, we celebrating right now because I think we could all see, if you follow that trial at all, whether you're a fan of Thug or not, you can see the pain, you can see was going through it. Like, he gained a lot of weight. Everybody knows Thug was not that weight. So we happy he got out, but we definitely got to be very cognizant of how it's going to play out.